Well, meditation for me is very much about finding the inner place of stillness and silence where I can reconnect with a part of my nature which is not my busy mind and not my identification with the body. It's an inner space, and when I'm in that place of stillness, I can see my life more clearly, and I can feel my life direction more clearly. And it reminds me that fundamentally I am a spiritual being, and that my life purpose is summoned in that silence. I can feel it in that silence. So for me, meditation is a reality check. It brings me back to something fundamental about why I'm here on earth and what is it I'm here to accomplish. And those answers I don't find in the mind. I find them when the mind is very still, and I go down into that place of absolute stillness where the wisdom of the heart and the wisdom of the soul have an opportunity to come forward. So meditation is very important for me for that reason. I think he had a great respect for the very wide canvas of what meditation really is. So he would encourage people who love music to offer their devotion to God through singing, and people who would like to run and had a gift for long distance running or marathons, he would encourage them in that way. So I think it was a very wide canvas. In general, I think that he saw devotion as being a fundamental to meditation, to his path, and to understand that meditation isn't simply our own effort, but that all self-effort attracts grace, and that one of the secrets of meditation is in fact the secret of grace, that any sincerity and any real effort brings a response from the universe. And there are many books written about the law of attraction, and this is taking that principle into a loftier realm where your sincerity, like the cry of a hungry child, is bringing to you the response of the loving parent, in this case what Sri Chinmoy calls the Supreme. So his meditation encouraged us to feel and discover our own way of bringing that idea to life, finding what it means to believe in God, and who is God, and what is my feeling about God. And again, he recognized that that answer was very unique to different people. So there was no narrow view of meditation and no narrow way of meditating. He encouraged us to explore meditation as a way of developing that inner connection with the Supreme Being. And also he encouraged us to use his own photograph taken when he was in a very, very high consciousness, when he was established in his own oneness with the Supreme. And looking at the photograph, for people unfamiliar with meditation, seems like looking at another human being. But once you've known him for some time, you understand that in effect, when you look at the photograph, you're looking at yourself, you're looking at what you're going to become, and what you have within you already that's covered over by the busy mind and the identification with the body. So his photograph was a mirror which reminded us of who we really are. And I often remember the lovely walking meditations in New York, where he would sit in a chair and invite us down to walk past him. And initially when I walked past him, he seemed someone so far away and so lofty and so remote and so majestic and noble and otherworldly. But after some time, I had the inner feeling instead to shift my meditation away to the understanding that what I saw in him was really, again, what I had within myself. So when I had those meditations, when I walked past him, rather than being conscious of my inadequacies and my blemishes and my human imperfections, which we tend to be, instead I looked at him and I saw myself, and I realized that what I see there is what I have within, and what it means to say I am a soul, or I have the soul. Well, I think the most striking thing is that I've moved from being, in my early years, an atheist and an agnostic, to meeting a human being who more than anyone I ever met in my entire life, and I met a lot of spiritual figures and spiritual masters, someone who was such a powerful argument with the existence of God, because he himself brought to life what it means to say, you know, realization, God realization is possible. And for the very first time in my life, I saw in another human being a nobility and a beauty and a divinity that was astonishing to the mind and incomprehensible. And I remember many meditations where I found myself looking at this remarkable being, this remarkable human, that really lay way over the horizon of my comprehension, but in a very, very beautiful way, in a very inspiring way. Someone immensely loving, who looked at me and saw something in me which I did not see in myself, and accepted me so completely, and encouraged me. And so it was a very beautiful discovery to meet another human being who clearly embodies what it means to say, I have met a God-realized master.